day, beautiful people. Top of the day. Happy Monday. It is another Monday. Another Monday closer to the end of the year. Y'all, can you believe we are almost in 2020? Like 2020. I remember starting high school in 1992. Jeez, time flies. Ladies, top of the day. Hey, girls, hey. All right, y'all. So today it is Monday, November the 25th, 2019. We are on YouTube, day 2 of reading the Bible with the Old Testament all the way through. You know what? I ain't gonna say that fact. It's obvious to those that understand. So I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. Okay, so, all right, we're reading Genesis 4, 5, and 6. A world gone wrong. Or has it? It has. But did Yahuwah know it was going to go wrong? Of course he knew. Earth is a testing ground for those things he has prepared for those of them who love him. There are tests going on all the time in my life. All right, y'all, but I ain't going to start on a tangent first thing this morning. I'm going to just read. All right, y'all, Genesis chapter 4. And Adam knew Eve, his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain and said, I have gotten a man from Yahuwah. Right there. This just proves that, I'm not sure if you guys have heard of it, but there is a doctrine out there. It's a doctrine of demons. It's the serpent seed line of Cain, because some people say that they got all kind of things that's been happening in the beginning, which they come up with all kind of stuff. They say that Cain is actually the offspring of the serpent who beguiled Eve, and they said it wasn't fruit. They said the serpent actually had sex with. I'm like, what kind of foolishness is this? I said, clearly they were talking about food. Let's look how that word is used throughout the scriptures, and it's always in the original text. That same word always and only refers to food. So what in the world? Like, seriously, people, they create some stuff now, taking stuff out of context, and it blew me away when I heard that one. I'm like, what? What do you, that girl? But anyway, we clearly know that Adam was Cain's father. It says it. I read it again. I keep going. And Adam knew Eve, meaning he had sex with, knew, you will always see, and he knew her. And Adam knew Eve, his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain and said, I have gotten a man from Yahuwah. And she bare his brother Abel. And Abel was a keeper of the ground, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. And then a process of time, meaning there's some time that passed by. In the process of time, it came to pass that Cain brought the fruit of the ground an offering unto Yahuwah, and Abel he also brought of the firstlings of his flock and of the fat thereof. And Yahuwah had respect unto Abel and his offering, but unto Cain his offering he had not respect. And Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell. And Yahuwah said unto Cain, why art thou wroth? And why is thy countenance fallen? If thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted? And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door. And in thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. And Cain talked with Abel his brother, and it came to pass, when they were in the field, that Cain rose up against Abel his brother and slew him. And Yahuwah said unto Cain, where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not, am I my brother's keeper? And he said, what hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground. And now art thou cursed from the earth, which opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth. And Cain said unto Yahuwah, my punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth. And it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me. And Yahuwah said unto him, therefore whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And Yahuwah set a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him should kill him. And Cain went out from the presence of Yahuwah and dwelt in the land of Nod on the east of Eden. And Cain knew his wife, and she conceived and bare Enoch. And he builded a city, and called the name of the city after the name of his son Enoch. And unto Enoch was born Irad, and Irad begat Mehujael, and Mehujael begat Methuselah, and Methuselah begat Lamech. And Lamech took unto him 2 wives. The name of one was Ada, and the name of the other was Zillah. And Ada bare Jabal, and he was the father of such as dwell in tents, and of such as have cattle. And his brother's name was Jubal. He was the father of all such as handle the harp and the organ. And Zillah, she also bare Tubal Cain, an instructor of every artificer in brass and iron. And the sister of Tubal Cain was Naamah. And Lamech said unto his wives, Ada and Zillah, hear my voice. You wives of Lamech, hearken unto my speech, for I have slain a man to my wounding, and a young man to my hurt. If Cain shall be avenged sevenfold, truly Lamech 70 and sevenfold. And Adam knew his wife again, and she bare a son, and called his name Seth. For Yahuwah said, she hath appointed me. For Yahuwah, she said, hath appointed me another seed instead of Abel, whom Cain slew. And to Seth, to set him also there was born a son. And he called his name Enos, and men began to call upon the name of Yahuwah. Chapter 5 of Genesis. This is the book of the generations of Adam. In the day that Yahuwah created man, in the likeness of Yahuwah made he him. Male and female created he them, and blessed them, and called their name Adam, in the day they were created. And if you look at Adam, Adam means ruddy, earth. It's a human being. And Adam lived 130 years and begat a son in his own likeness and after his image, and called his name Seth. And the days of Adam after he had begotten Seth were 800 years, and he begat sons and daughters. And all the days that Adam lived were 930 years, and he died. And Seth lived 105 years and begat Enos. And Seth lived after he begat Enos 807 years and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Seth were 912 years, and he died. And Enos lived 90 years and begat Canaan. And Enos lived after he begat Canaan 815 years and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Enos were 905 years, and he died. And Canaan lived 70 years and begat Mahalalel. And Canaan lived after he begat Mahalalel 840 years and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Canaan were 910 years, and he died. And Mahalalel lived 65 years and begat Jared. And Mahalalel lived after he begat Jared 830 years and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Mahalalel were 895 years, and he died. And Jared lived 162 years and begat Enoch. And Jared lived after he begat Enoch 800 years and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Jared were 962 years, and he died. And Enoch lived 65 years and begat Methuselah. And Enoch walked with Yahuwah after he begat Methuselah 300 years, and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Enoch were 365 years, and Enoch walked with Yahuwah, for he was not, for Yahuwah took him. And Methuselah lived 187 years and begat Lamech. And Methuselah lived after he begat Lamech 82 years and begot sons and daughters. And all the days of Methuselah were 969 years, and he died. And Lamech lived 182 years and begot a son, and he called his name Noah, saying, This same shall comfort us concerning our work and toil of our hands, because the ground which Yahuwah has cursed. And Lamech lived after he begot Noah 595 years and begot sons and daughters. And all the days of Lamech were 707 years, and he died. And Noah was 500 years old, and Noah begot Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Last chapter for the day, Noah. I was thinking about something while I was saying it. Genesis chapter 6. Hey girl, hey. And it came to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men, and they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. Right here, y'all. That word, sons of God, in Hebrew, is the word for angels. They saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. And Yahuwah said, My spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years. Remember, man was composed of spirit and flesh. That's why I said, because he is also flesh, he's going to go back to the dirt. And I'm going to cut down his years to 120. Verse 4, There were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, that they, and it makes it clear, y'all, the sons of God, it just depends on who's translating this. There are words where they can actually translate it appropriately, so it doesn't make the text, like I said, ambiguous, because the Hebrew text is not ambiguous. It just causes you to start thinking in another direction, which you really shouldn't. It's very clear what the original text says, so you really have to be careful. But if you know how to research or something, saying like, wait a minute, that don't sound right, go back and check the original text. If something ain't quite lining up, or you getting some kind of way, man, I don't quite understand it, go back and check the original text. It's not hard at all. You can do it on an electronic version of the Bible. Download a Strong's Concordance or a Hebrew concordance, and open up the Bibles in those concordance and click on it. You can open it up. Matter of fact, there is a Bible Hub app who's pretty good about it. The Strong's Concordance, you can actually go to the verse in the Bible that you want and click on that word. It's highlighted, and it'll take you back to the original Hebrew word. That use that as a rule of thumb. If you don't quite understand something, and if you're not sure that that's been interpreted to you the right way, go back and see what the original text said. Most of the time, it'll blow your mind. But it makes things so clear. There were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them, the same became mighty men which were of old, men of renown. And Yahuwah saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. And it repented Yahuwah that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart. And Yahuwah said, I will destroy man, whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, and the creeping thing, and the fowls of the air. For it repenteth me that I have made them. But Noah found grace in the eyes of Yahuwah. And these are the generations of Noah. Noah was a just man and perfect in his generations. And Noah walked with Yahuwah. And Noah begot 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Also, y'all, listen here. Noah had 3 sons. It doesn't say they all had different mamas. But as we read along, we can kind of tell that they may have different mamas, because what Ham did by uncovering his father's skirt, that would lead me to believe that maybe there was a different mother, or Noah was in there with a woman who wasn't Ham's father. Don't quote me on that, but he uncovered his father's skirt, and people get things twisted there. They say, oh, he went in there and had sex with his father. I'm like, how do you get that? How do you get that? How do you get that? Go back to the original text. So seriously, y'all, there's all kinds of stuff that people then came up with. But anyway, all Noah was black. All three of his sons was black. Okay, there was like Japheth is white man. I'm like, no. And I can get how people can kind of be taken away with smooth sounding words and stories that sound, oh, that sound about right. If you don't go back and study, I'm telling you, we can easily be taken away in our ignorance. Don't be ignorant. I'm telling you. I used to be there. I used to be there. And once I started reading, I'm like, holy crap. Wow. Okay, let me go. Verse 11. The earth also was corrupt before Yahuwah, and the earth was filled with violence. And Yahuwah looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth. And Yahuwah said unto Noah, the end of all flesh has come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them, and behold, I will destroy them with the earth. Make thee an ark of gopher wood. Room shalt thou make in the ark, and pitch it within and without pitch. And this is the fashion which thou shalt make of it. The length of the ark shall be 300 cubits, the breadth of it 50 cubits, and the height of it 30 cubits. A window shalt thou make to the ark, and in a cubit shalt thou finish it above. And the door of the ark shalt thou set in the side thereof. With lower, second, and third stories shalt thou make it. And behold, I, even I, do bring a flood of waters upon the earth to destroy all flesh, wherein is the breath of life from under heaven, and everything that is in the earth shall die. But with thee I will establish my covenant, and thou shalt come into the ark, thou and thy sons, and thy wife, and thy sons' wives with thee. And if y'all watch movies before y'all actually read, the movie Noah is kind of off a lot, all right, because they went in there with their wives. The movie Noah actually has like the youngest son. He didn't have a wife, and he went out to go find a wife when the ark was about closing. It was all hell breaking loose on there. The Noah went to go find his son, and his wife got trampled in the midst of all the chaos and stuff. So his youngest son was pissed because he didn't have a wife to go on the ark. And then Tubal Cain somehow got into the ark, and then he played upon his sons, the youngest son's ill will toward his dad because his wife had. I'm like, what? Nobody reads? Does anybody read? They didn't want to make a whole story. So now people who don't read, they're being led astray by foolishness. I'm like, and I had conversations with someone. I was like, you watched the movie Noah, didn't you? You didn't read the Bible. I can clearly tell you haven't read the Bible. Yeah, so guys, I'm telling y'all, reading is fundamental. It really is. It'll keep you from being ignorant. It'll keep you from grabbing at stuff to try and justify something you have been wrongly taught. As I told somebody yesterday, you can clearly tell when people don't read. And it's trying to no, because it say here, I'm like, go ahead and pull something out, because I'm almost 100% you about to pull it out of context, because I can tell you are not familiar with the text. Go ahead and pull it out. Let's talk about it, guys. It's like, let me finish. But with thee will I establish my covenant, and thou shalt come into the ark, thou and thy sons, and thy wife, and thy sons' wives with thee. And of every living thing of all flesh, 2 of every sort shalt thou bring into the ark, to keep them alive with thee, and they shall be male and female. Of fowls of their kind, and of cattle after their kind, of every creeping thing of the earth after its kind, 2 of every sort shall come unto thee, to keep them alive. And thou shalt take unto thee of all food that is eaten, and thou shalt gather it unto thee, and it shall be food for thee and for them. Thus did Noah according to all that Yahuwah had commanded him, so he did. And that is our reading for today, beautiful people. That was Genesis chapter 4, 5, and 6. It is Monday. Happy Monday. It's a short week for everybody because this is a holiday coming up that's celebrated in the United States. I used to celebrate it not too much anymore, because now that I understand what it really is, I refuse to celebrate the slaughter of my people. All right, y'all. So that's enough of that being said, but I hope you enjoyed today's reading. If you did not see it from the beginning, you can just go back and read it yourself. Or if you want to just hear me talk and ramble on every now and again, you can just start the video over once it's posted. All right, y'all. So I love y'all. It is Monday, November the 25th, 2019, day 2 of year 2 reading through the Old Testament, and I strictly stopped it at the Old Testament. I didn't go into the New because I spent most of my life, like the last 18 so years in the New Testament, and most all Christians, because I've come out of the Christian world. I'm not trying to prove a point to anybody, but I want to show you how ignorant we have been and not fully understanding what Yahuwah has said. So we've been New Testamented to death. We know what's there. We know what's there. We know the teachings that come out of that. But that's why we're going to get familiar with the Old Testament so we can learn how to rightly divide truth from the things that we are taught. And that is my purpose of reading it, so we know nothing back here is hard. Nothing has been. Anyway, guys, y'all get it by now. All right, y'all get it. So with that being said, may Yahuwah bless us and keep us. May Yahuwah make his face to shine upon us and lift his countenance upon us and be gracious unto us in our households. And may he give us his peace in every area of life that we may be blessed. All right, y'all. The movie is so off. The movie is definitely off. Trina, the movie is definitely off. All right, y'all. So with that being said, I love you all. Be safe out there. Stay warm. And I'll see you tomorrow.